Rihanna liked being weird too. And he's a lot like his sister.
Okay, can we do the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, let's call the meeting to order.
Trustee McMahon? Here. Trustee Laxall?
Here.
President Bain?
Here.
Trustee Agee? Here. Trustee Wolford? Trustee Pennell?
Here.
Tom Green?
Okay, we have a quorum. Before we start, I want to say happy anniversary to my wife of 53 years today. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I like to embarrass her, you know. Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Can I have a second?
Second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. A motion to approve the minutes. These are the business meeting minutes of January 27th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Can I have a second?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, great. Next, we'll do the bills. We got, Blue Ribbon Electrical, we ran the wires for the new sign 1550. Sewer testing 146, water testing 83, sewer testing 146, and water testing 100. McGilver Electric came out, they had to repair some underground wiring at the wastewater plant that run the mixers in the ponds. 375312, Surf Internet 16756, Monroe Truck Equipment, Salt Spreader and Gearbox 166455, Strand and Associates 154786, Conserve for Diesel 31202, Nicor 6704 and 6309, ComEd 179073, Hawkins for Chemicals 114109, A1 Fire Extinguisher for their annual 53850, USA Blue Book 18744, Menards 2304 and 2636. The totals 1330740, of which 728224 will come out of the general fund and 602516 will come out of water and sewer. Any questions or comments? Can I have a motion to approve the bills?
I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Laxall?
Aye.
President Bain?
Aye.
Trustee Agee?
Aye.
Trustee Wolford? Trustee Pennell?
Aye.
Trustee McMahon?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. Public comments? Okay, we don't have any old business, we don't have any new business. I'm gonna talk about the solar farm. You all have a map here I gave you. If you recall, some of you were on the board, some of you weren't, but Nexamp approached us a couple years back about putting a solar farm on the south side of Cemetery Road, and it's kind of outside our jurisdiction, okay? And I'm assuming it was approved and they didn't win the lottery or something, whatever happened to it, that's why it didn't move forward. So I got 2 phone calls from Carl Johnson, the county board, asking if we were against this, and I thought he was talking about the other one there on Cemetery Road, so I said, yeah, because we were. And he called me back on Wednesday night and said they're in litigation over this and would the village like to help fund it. So I didn't want to say no without asking you people, I didn't want to say yes without asking you people, so what's your opinion?
Now, this one is Cemetery and Mill Road.
This is Cemetery Road, this is right south of town.
What is being litigated?
Pardon?
What are they litigating?
I guess it was turned down by the county, and now they're suing the county to change the outcome. I have no idea.
But if it's outside our jurisdiction, how is it anything to do?
It doesn't.
It doesn't seem to me that there is enough information to have him just call up and say, do you want to participate in the litigation?
Well,
But
yeah,
we don't
but,
know what the
No.
complaint says, we don't know whether it's an arbitrary and capricious denial type thing. As to your question about, it's within our mile and a half, it's fairly close to us, it's within an area that we could attempt to annex. But it's also far enough away that maybe you guys aren't that concerned about it. But to just say, do you want to get involved in the litigation, or do you want to help pay for the litigation? You shouldn't help pay for something that is a total waste of money. I mean, maybe
Right.
they're on the brink of losing and you just want
Okay.
to cover some of their.
I just wanted to bring it up
You would know,
because-
you would need to know a lot.
yeah.
But for clarification, this is not the one that backs up to the.
No,
Okay.
no, this is across the street on the south side, okay? I just wanted you guys' opinion on whether we should.
My opinion is no.
No, it's not.
Absolutely not.
That's
It's
fine, then
not in the village.
I will call Carl back and tell him that we're
I
not gonna
just think that's the
participate.
wisest course.
So, okay, not a big deal, okay? I just didn't wanna make that decision on my own, I didn't think I should have, okay? Before we go any further, I wanna remind everybody, LRS, they're having their e-waste pickup on April 3rd. So, and they're having their spring cleanup on May 8th. So we're gonna have that posted, okay? Yep,
What is it, April 3rd?
that's the e-waste.
What is that?
Like
Well, you got like
electronics.
old radios or,
Electronics.
you know, microwave ovens and stuff
Oh,
like that to
okay.
get rid of.
April 3rd is for that?
It's April
Okay,
3rd.
and then May 8th is the once a year, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, next, we have a request for lien release. So
Yes.
this is a little bit above my pay grade, so I wanna let our attorney kind of take
Sure.
over and
Sure.
Well, I'm not exactly sure of the situation. I saw a piece of paper that had a reference to a lien. Is this is the property that you own?
Yes,
You're entitled to this property.
yes, okay, so I wanted to pay this property off within the next month or two, it's gonna be paid off.
When you say pay off, you
I-
have a mortgage on the
I have a
property?
mortgage right now, but it's gonna be paid off within the next month or two.
Okay, you
Okay.
certainly have the right to do that.
Right.
And they would have to release their mortgage.
Well, yes, that's not the problem. The issue is that I had a bankruptcy in 2004. And I'm not gonna go into names of who was here. It was just kind of a spiteful thing at the moment that this person put a lien on my house. I owed like $1,100 on a water bill. That was included in the bankruptcy because you don't get to pick and choose. When you have a bankruptcy, it all has to be included in there. So, and I have the proof right here that it was the Village of Capron, that it was discharged. It was included in the bankruptcy and it was discharged. So what that means is like, so when I go to pay off the house, they're going to say, look,
You need-
this
there's
hasn't
a
been
lien
released, so
there.
you have to pay that, which would be double dipping and can't do that. So like,
It's not double dipping because they never single dipped. You discharge.
well, yes, that's
debt.
what I'm saying, that was already included.
Yeah, we do a lot of bankruptcy in our office. I was a bankruptcy judge's law clerk when I first got out of law
Okay.
school. Technically, a discharge in bankruptcy would discharge the debt, but it doesn't release the lien unless your attorney takes further steps to release the lien. 2004 seems like a long time ago. I mean, the village has the right to simply release the lien. On the other hand, you have the right to say, we'll release the lien if you pay the old debt. I mean, it's your call.
I had a phone call from a trustee that was a board member several years after this, telling me that the release, and I called her directly, that the lien was released, that they had released the lien. So all these years, I thought, I was young, and I didn't know any better at the time. So I just took her word for it and thought that that was no problem. I just happened to stumble upon the fact, when I went down to the county clerk, that in fact it wasn't. So I don't know if the paperwork got started and just never got put through, or because when I called her, she said, I apologize, I really don't remember. I don't remember, because it's been 22 years ago, I don't recall anything. So that's where I'm,
So your request of the board is, would you please release this lien?
yes.
Okay. So, could I have a motion to release the lien on this property?
But then would it be fair to release all liens then if we're just gonna forgive one?
What?
Well,
No,
if we're gonna forgive one, then
That doesn't make any sense.
Why would you release any?
This is a debt that
But
was,
again-
this was a debt that was resolved by bankruptcy.
Yes.
Okay? You got a debt that was resolved by bankruptcy that I don't know about? Okay,
And isn't it a case-by-case basis
so this is a
anyway?
unique case, this is not a everybody case, okay? So, do you wanna talk about it? I mean,
It's an $1,100 water bill from 22 years ago?
yeah,
Okay, let's talk. I would like to make a motion that we release the lien.
okay. Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Yeah.
I think we should do a roll call
Well,
on this.
is there any further discussion?
All right, yeah, well, is there any further discussion?
Not really, because if it's been released underneath the bankruptcy,
It's been discharged, so.
Yeah.
And it's weird. There's a lien and there's a debt. The
Right.
bankruptcy discharges the debt, but it does not release the lien, which is a
Right.
catch. It's a catch-22. So years later, when people try to sell their properties, they're like, oh, I discharged this debt, but the lien's still here. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I want it released.
Okay.
Release it if you pay the money.
Right.
All right, we got a
And so
motion.
It's kind of a catch.
Okay, we got a
I'm not
motion
saying-
and a second.
Okay, I'll shut up.
We do a roll call.
President Bink,
Aye.
trustee Agee,
aye.
trustee Wolford, trustee Pennell,
Aye.
trustee McMahon,
Aye.
trustee Leeswell.
Aye.
Okay, your motion's released.
Thank
Okay,
you.
go, you're welcome.
So how, can I ask, how will that work now? I mean, will somebody put in that so that way when I go down to the county clerk, it'll show?
I think you have to get the forms and then you would they would send them over to Capron and then of course we would fill them out to release that lien.
So do I need to get a form from?
Yeah, you would have to go to back to county.
Okay, I'll go there and get a form for you too.
Leave
Okay.
release form and identify it, and then we.
And I'll sign it.
Okay, I'll do that, I'll do that this week, thank you.
Okay. Okay, next, trustee McMahon, you have the financial report.
So before that, I need somebody to open up the old well house at 9 o'clock this Thursday.
When?
9 o'clock this Thursday,
9 o'clock this Thursday, okay.
okay? Because we got another contractor's coming back
Okay.
to take some pictures and then measurements and stuff, so we
Okay.
can get the quote on that.
Okay.
And then the financial report, oh no, I want to back up. Any other interest for a trustee position? Is anybody?
Nope.
Nobody? Okay, just curious.
Can we post again?
Of course, I just did.
All right, financial report, our general fund, we have $1,501,026.19. The MFT fund is $200,410.20. The water fund is $558,3263. This represents 75% of the fiscal year. Administrative revenue, the budget is $576,600. We're at $476,170.78. We're at 83%. Elected officials, the budget is $49,800. We're at $39,783.97. We're at 79%. Administrative expense, the budget is $225,800. We're at $163,279.01. We're at 66%. Public works expense, the budget is $137,600. We're at $79,085.62 at 57%. MFT fund revenue, the budget is $62,500. We're at $56,2806. We're at 81%. And then the expense, the budget is $50,000. We're at 0. We're at 0%. Water and sewer revenue, the budget is $673,300. We're at $502,863.13 at 74%. Water expense, the budget is $240,000. We're at $388,482.20, and we're at 161%. The sewer expense, the budget is $302,000. We're at $243,366.89 at 80%.
Since this is representing 3/4 of the year, at our next meeting, I'll have a reconciled budget to adjust what we've spent so far this year, okay? So we can get that done. Next, trustee Lacewell, anything?
Not at this
Okay,
time.
trustee Agee?
When we start talking about the new fiscal budget, can we please allocate some funds for some more infrastructure improvements and sidewalks and stuff for the north side?
It's already
of town?
gonna be in there, okay? and I'll explain why it's been taking me a little long, okay? Basically, I can explain it now. My intention was to use the MFT funds, some of the MFT funds for sidewalks, because you can. The problem with that is when you use MFT funds, everything's gotta be engineered and designed and signed off by your engineers, okay? So, every corner, every intersection has to be individually designed and signed off by the engineers, instead of have one generic, okay, because that's the way it has to be done. And Strand told me they could do a generic, but they would not sign off on it. And to do all the engineering on it would cost us $170,000, which I thought was quite a bit of money, probably more money than it's gonna cost to replace some of the sidewalks. So I've decided to change, and we're gonna take money out of the general fund to pay for sidewalks. And then I've got some other paving projects that I turned into Justin Crone last week to get included in the county program. One of those is going to be the service road north of 173. We did the south one, now the north one will be done behind Stumble and all that.
The alley.
Okay?
The alley?
All right?
The alley you're talking about?
Yeah, and then we're going to do Thunder Valley, between East Street and where the curbs start on Cloud Mist. And then we're gonna do the intersection, from where the curb ends at Morning Sun on Cloud Mist to the other side of Ogden and get that intersection cleaned up, cause it's pretty bad. And then we'll move on to whatever we do next year, we'll continue the program. So, but I had to wait because it took forever to get the information out of Strand, because it's out of the Joliet office, and, yeah, when he finally came back and told me what it was gonna cost, it was like, holy cow, that's a lot of money. So this is the way we're gonna do it. I contacted Bell Rock, who is an approved IDOT supplier, so they know what they're doing. And I asked them to get me a quote on what we're looking for, so I'll wait for that, and Justin will let us know what the cost of that paving is gonna be. So yeah, we're gonna continue doing everything we need to do, okay? All right. Trustee Wolfforth is not here. Trustee Pinal, you got the water report.
I have a water report. Item number 1, weekly monitoring of iron at well number 2 has shown no signs of elevated levels. Secondly, the quarterly maintenance on blowers at the wastewater treatment plant has been completed. And finally, number 3, transfer of winter collection at the lagoon back to the wastewater treatment plant for treatment will begin next week to make room for spring rains and overflow.
Thank you. Does anybody have anything else?
I do, one more quick question. What about that metal plate for the, over by the sinkhole?
We can't put a metal plate there, because if they plow snow, that thing's gonna go flying. Okay, so I already told Mike to treat it as a water main break, and to get Northern Illinois Services out here and dig it up and fix it.
Okay,
So,
okay.
that's what I'll get done. I'll let you know, if I find out in the schedule what it's gonna cost us.
That's the
but-
corner of Worcester, Munson.
Right, yep, yeah, okay. Ain't no sense fighting with IDOT about it, because, if we refuse to honor that maintenance agreement, they can get kinda nasty, so, and I just don't think it's worth it, so, we'll get it done.
Rachel, were you able to get
Anybody
that
got
quote
anything
yet?
else?
What?
Were you able to get that quote yet?
I have not gotten a
Okay,
quote.
that's
I
fine.
just actually checked my email right before the meeting.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
What about the paving right here on 173?
It's horrible. The latest that we've heard from them is spring of '29.
Oh, wow.
They're still in the design phase.
Okay. The problem they're having is we want to replace a water main over there, and they're having a real hard time designing the storm sewer system because they don't know where it goes. They can't find the end of it. So now they're talking about putting a retention pond on the west side of Worcester, okay? Someplace by the bike path. So they haven't figured that out yet, and they're redoing the parking on 4th Street. They didn't like the way it was done. And it just takes them a long time to get this stuff done, so.
Okay.
The more people that can contact the state representatives, maybe the bigger the fire we can light under their butts to get it
That's a
The
good
done.
problem is if you get too pissed, you get them mad at you, there's repercussions, okay? They can say, well, we're gonna wait another year, okay? So it's kind of like walking a tightrope with those people.
Right.
Okay, so that's just the way it is.
I was just curious, because
Okay.
there's many others.
Yeah, I get the questions,
This one here is like.
we get those questions all the time, all right? I mean, it just makes our town look like garbage, and nothing I can do about it, so, you know, I can spend a whole bunch of money, and then they're gonna come and tear it all out, so, you know.
Skip off that one.
Okay, anything else? Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to
Can I
adjourn.
have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, thank you.